What's up, C2D family? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining the Iron Calisthenics Academy. I have my friend, my student, and my trainer, not my trainer, my nutritionist here by my side, who has helped me to develop the C2D diet along with everything that I know about nutrition. He's here with me to answer a few questions and just give you a better insight on where to start. And once again, I tell you guys, we are going to start our fitness program by having completely defined our purpose, making a commitment, and deciding what it takes for us to be dedicated. The next step of that is having a clearly defined nutrition strategy or plan to go along with our fitness program that comes afterwards. So, without saying too much more, I'll let my buddy Chris tell you a little bit about nutrition, what he feels, how important it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, nutrition is based off of the most fundamental aspect of weightlifting, endurance training, whatever the case may be, anything that relates to athletics. So having a solid nutrition base is key in achieving any kind of goal in fitness. So personally, I like a whole foods plant-based diet. That's my preference. People who are looking to build muscle and looking to increase their endurance or their cardio, in many cases, or just looking to be overall healthy, I definitely recommend a whole foods plant-based diet, amongst other things. I do know it's a little bit more challenging for some folks, but definitely staying with lean meats is good as well. You can do chicken, turkey. Staying away from the red meats on a heavy basis is key, but it's not terrible to implement them in certain aspects. But I definitely, once again, recommend a whole food plant-based diet if you want to look for optimal health and nutrition. But that, again, is just me increasing vegetables, mostly plants, definitely fruits on occasion. You can never have too many carbs, in my opinion, but that's just, again, my personal intake on it. Beyond that, I like to stick with the key things. Mostly plants, meat in moderation.
Okay. Mostly plants, meat in moderation. I like it. So another thing, the biggest thing for me is I have clients come to me and they talk about wanting a plan because, counting calories is overwhelming. They don't even know what macronutrients are, and they're trying to get into this crazy fat diet or a diet plan, and they just don't know where to start. So the thing that I say is to just start with eating about 3 to 4 balanced meals a day. What's your take on that?
That's solid. Having 3 to 4 solid meals a day. The military, if you're in basic training, you do 3 meals a day, and that's all you're going to get. You can still make a fantastic physique off of the foundational diet planning, which was back in the day 3 square meals a day, moderate exercise, which has led us up to what we have now. But I think implementing 4 to 5, or that 4th meal for sure, is definitely going to help boost it. But the more calories we take in, obviously the more weight we're going to gain. If we don't meet those calorie markers, the more weight we're going to lose. That's what it boils down to. So it is important to not necessarily count calories, but have a good mindset of what you're doing, keeping calories within moderation, and making sure that you are getting satiated and the body is not lacking those nutrients.
All right. So, in a sense, quality over quantity is actually kind of important still in this aspect.
Absolutely. If you can only get 3 meals in a day because you have children, or if you have hobbies or something that keeps you from doing it, or 3 jobs, sometimes people go through that, I would make those 3 meals the best in quality as possible versus having 6 very crappy meals that would result in insulin spikes. For one, that's a good example. Things like that. Processed foods.
Another thing, how you mentioned the military and the 3 square meals a day. There's a book I love to read by, I want to say it's Paul Wade, called Convict Conditioning. And in the same book, it talks about prison. Inmates there having 3 meals a day. You're not able to go to McDonald's and do these other things. You're eating those 3 balanced meals, which also goes back into we're on a schedule, it's a routine, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Knowing your routine, knowing what you're eating every day. It actually seems to be very beneficial because some of the best athletes I've seen come out of prison
Absolutely. My friend, I can't really say his name, but a good friend of mine just got out of prison, and he went in. It was pretty light, still had some muscle to him, but when he got out, they only eat limited amount of food. That dude blew me by in pull-ups. He blew me by in push-ups. Now, weight was different because he didn't have access to the same kind of weights, but when it came to the calisthenic aspect, he was king. He had me beat by a mile. So if there is something to be said for body weight, mastering your own physique first before implementing outside external weight.
Which is why taking a body weight program or system and adding weight to it can create amazing results, along with a proper nutrition plan or just proper guidance in nutrition. You can create something like Iron Calisthenics that can give you that elite physique, that can give you something that you didn't even know was possible. You're not fighting over whether the body weight style is the best or if the weight training style is the best. You bring the two together with the right plan and things work, which is what seems to be working for me. Now,
It's working for me.
right. Now, I know for you, you've recently cut back on the weight training and went more into the Iron Calisthenics way of training, as well as made that switch to a vegan diet. How is that going for you?
The vegan diet, I've noticed three things, and I've only been doing it for a month, so I think I have enough credential to say, or I guess comment on it, but not enough to say a longevity opinion. But I will say for the short term, I've noticed three basic things. I am not bloated anymore. I do sleep better, and the amount of food I can eat does not fill me up, but I again feel satiated. So a lot of things associated with that. For one, my senses, this is going to sound really far-fetched, but my senses have increased. I can taste things better, I can smell things better. I sleep, for one. Sleep is amazing. I can actually wake up without having any caffeine on the body. I can go to bed and not feel like exhausted like I did before. I don't carry that extra weight with me. My calisthenics has increased tremendously. And again, I can eat all kinds of whole food, plant-based, different sources, and it's wonderful for me. I've had no issues at all being a vegan. So far, things are great. Hoping that in the long run, within 6 months to a year, I'll even see greater results. But as of right now, I'm definitely happy with the vegan diet. Definitely.
I know I've had a lot of people say, and I'm not really educated so much in the vegan aspect yet. I still need to do more research. But a lot of people have said, it's more expensive to become vegan and eat this way. What do you believe about that?
It's not. And I can tell you straight up, I compared two receipts that I wish I had on me right now, but I don't have them with me. Both receipts, one was from a few weeks past, implementing all the food that I buy for myself, my family, and I compared it to the one that I recently purchased at a local grocery store, and it was, I think, a $70 difference in money and that's just excluding the chicken, excluding the steak, excluding the turkey, keeping out hams, of course, and processed meats. Eating whole food like lentils, chickpeas, edamame. What else I eat? I had to do Gardein for a while because the meat replacement meats actually do help, but I try to stick with seitan. But mostly the whole foods, the beans and the lentils. The bill just decreased exceptionally in the amount of fruit. I think I bought 5 bushels of bananas, and it was less than $10. That's enough to feed, I don't know, close to 40 soldiers, a banana for each one. So, it's amazing what you can do and how much money you really do save. I've saved a lot personally.
Now, this guy's wearing a shirt. He's all covered up right now. He hasn't had his tan yet. But I've seen this guy's physique and it looks pretty good. So apparently it's working for him. I'm impressed. If I could show you before and after pictures, which I will, of me on a diet that he helped me create, the results that I made in 1 month were amazing. In 2 months, it was phenomenal. So he's helped me, and he's here to help all of you as well. So, just number one, we'll get started with 3 meals a day, 3 balanced meals. Remember, quality over quantity. Calories are not the most important thing. Valuable nutrients are more important. Start there. We'll move on to the calorie counting and the macronutrient counting later on. If you're interested in the C2D diet, it is going to be posted below. It is not a plan that is tailored to you. If you are interested in that, you can send me an email and we can actually work on getting that plan for you. Other than that, any other words from you, Chris?
If anyone is interested in the C2D diet or looking for further information as far as veganism or vegan diets, that is something that I can assist with. I know there are many different experts on the vegan diets that can give you better insight because they've been doing it for much longer than me, but I have experimented with it so far. So if you are interested in veganism or any kind of vegan diet, get with Clips, and then he will get with me. We can meet up and just discuss various options.
All right.
Cool.
Sounds good to me.
Appreciate it.
Commit to dedication.
Yeah.